Sister Wives Janelle Brown shares the best workout, amid signs her Taeda Farms dreams are slowing their journey to becoming a reality. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown seems to be taking her 2025 life detox even more seriously than before after sharing a surprising update on her Taeda Farms dreams and a few cheeky workout tips, even as she's moved through a difficult time with things slowing down on the farm. Janelle, who has been more concerned throughout Sister Wives Season 19 with the state of Coyote Pass, has been doing her best to keep her followers updated on what's going on with Taeda Farms, the farm she's opening with her daughter Madison Brush. Although Janelle's had setbacks, she's still moving forward. Though Janelle's time working toward Taeda Farms has been slowing down a bit due to the government agencies to stop being government agencies and moving slow to approve our permits, the Sister Wives star shared that she's been found a whole new way to keep herself moving forward. Sharing that she's been building up the garden in her backyard after a change of plans left her deciding not to continue building a chicken coop, Janelle revealed that gardening is the best workout she's ever had. Working hard in the garden is a great way for Janelle to keep busy. Although Janelle has been hard at work ensuring that her farm with Maddie is ready to open in the coming months, there have been some setbacks with the space that have led them to reconsider their plans. Similarly, Janelle's been reconfiguring her new North Carolina home as well, working hard to ensure that it's exactly what she wants whilst complying with what she can feasibly do in her backyard. Sharing that she initially planned to have chickens in the yard, Janelle didn't seem too upset to have changed things around. An adaptable person, Janelle has shown great strength in change. Throughout Janelle's time on Sister Wives, especially in the early years of her sharing her relationship on screen with the world, she was open to the fact that things could change at any given moment. While she grew accustomed to the people around her and the routines, Janelle has seemed like the least averse to change of any of the other Brown family members, which is why seeing her working hard in her own space and embracing changes that come is so heartwarming. Being flexible has its benefits, and Janelle has been reaping those rewards for herself for years. Janelle has been upfront about dealing with change, and seeing her happily working through the changes needed to fulfill her dreams in her garden is heartwarming. As Janelle's time on Sister Wives has become more about the difficulties in her life, seeing her relishing in simple pleasures like building up her garden and talking about how good it feels to be working with her hands is a great reprieve for viewers who want to see Janelle happy. As Sister Wives continues to be difficult for her, it's nice to be invited into Janelle's happy place in her garden. Janelle Brown stood under the stretching blue sky of Flagstaff, the morning sun casting a determined glow across her face. The land around her, rugged, beautiful, and stubborn, whispered promises of what could be. Taeda Farms was supposed to be the next chapter, a place where she could finally plant roots, grow crops, and live out the dream she had been nurturing for years. But lately, reality seemed to move slower than the desert winds. Still, if there was one thing Janelle had learned, it was that when dreams took longer to bloom, you worked harder. Or, at the very least, you found joy in the journey. This, she said breathlessly into her phone, her cheeks flushed with effort, is the best workout I've ever had. Janelle's latest Instagram story showed her lifting hay bales into the back of a pickup truck, laughing as dust swirled around her boots. Sweat clung to her forehead, and her arms flexed with unexpected strength. It wasn't a sleek gym or a fancy Peloton session. It was pure, gritty, and honest work, and Janelle had never felt more alive. For months, she had teased her followers with glimpses of Taeda Farms, the name she had lovingly chosen, combining strength, Taeda meaning to burn in Latin, with the hope of transformation. Sketches of gardens, dreams of a farmhouse kitchen bustling with grandchildren, and plans for farmers' markets danced in her mind and on her vision boards. But recently, the updates had slowed. Permits got delayed. Contractors bailed. The price of materials skyrocketed. Even Mother Nature had thrown a few curveballs, with early monsoons washing out some of the initial groundwork. Janelle was nothing if not practical, though. She wasn't one to sit back and pout when things didn't go perfectly. Instead, she rolled up her sleeves, literally, and got moving. Carrying water buckets, lifting fencing, and hauling supplies, who needs a gym membership when you're chasing a dream like this? She joked in one post, showing off a pair of battered gloves and a wide, genuine grin. But behind the smiles, Janelle's heart held a delicate mix of pride and patience, and a touch of worry. She remembered the conversations she'd had with the family. Well, with whoever was still speaking openly these days. Cody had been lukewarm about the farm idea from the start, his mind preoccupied with his shifting relationships and the tangle of emotions left in the wake of the family's unraveling. Cristin had supported her from afar, cheering her on with late-night texts and jokes about bringing over famous family pickles once the farm was up and running. Mary, too, had offered a few cautious words of encouragement. Robin remained silent, caught in her own web of priorities. But Janelle didn't need a chorus of approval. She had always walked her own path, and if that path had a few more bumps and detours than expected, so be it. She leaned against a weathered fence post, catching her breath after unloading a hefty stack of lumber. The land stretched before her, raw and waiting. Her dogs barked playfully in the distance, chasing each other through the sagebrush. Somewhere, in the back of her mind, she pictured the small barn she wanted to build, the fields of lavender she dreamed of cultivating, the picnic tables where her children, and maybe someday her grandchildren, would gather. It was coming, maybe not today, maybe not this year, but it was coming. I think dreams are like seeds, she said thoughtfully during a live stream later that evening, her hair messy from the day's labor. You plant them, you water them with hope and hard work, and you trust that even if you can't see the growth yet, it's happening. Underground, where you can't see it. You just have to keep showing up. Fans flooded her comments section with support. You're inspiring, Janelle. Don't give up. Taeda Farms is going to be amazing. Real work, real heart. That's what makes dreams last. Some eagle-eyed viewers, however, couldn't help but notice a certain melancholy behind her encouraging words. Janelle, always one to keep things real, didn't shy away when asked if she was feeling discouraged. Honestly, she said, exhaling slowly. Yeah, some days it feels like I'm trying to build a house with a spoon. Like everything that could slow us down has slowed us down. But you know what? That just means it's going to be worth it when we get there. In quieter moments, she allowed herself to feel the sting of disappointment. She had envisioned a grand ribbon-cutting ceremony, by now not muddy boots and delayed blueprints. There were moments she sat in her car, staring out at the land, wondering if it was foolish to dream so big at a time in life when most people were downsizing, settling, retreating. But Janelle wasn't most people. She was the woman who had raised 6 children, juggled careers, survived plural marriage, and rebuilt her independence from the ground up. She was strong. She was steady. And if Taeda Farms needed more time to become what it was meant to be, then she would match that time with even more patience and tenacity. One evening, as she walked the perimeter of her land, her steps kicking up little puffs of dust, she stopped to admire a single sunflower standing tall by the gate. She hadn't planted it, it must have been carried there by the wind, a little accident of nature. But there it was, bright, stubborn, and thriving. She smiled. Maybe that was a sign too. Maybe not everything had to happen according to her timetable. Maybe some dreams took the long way around, detouring through setbacks and delays, but that didn't mean they wouldn't arrive. In the meantime, Janelle would keep building her strength, both inside and out. She'd call it a workout. She'd call it a lesson in faith. She'd call it life. Because sometimes the best workout wasn't just for your body. It was for your spirit. And Janelle Brown, builder of dreams, bearer of hope, was getting stronger every single day.